and delicate most part of eye. Okay, so talking about the basic anatomy, first of all we should know about that there are total 3 layers in the eye. That are, the outermost is sclera, the inner is choroid, that we can write it as like uveal tract, choroid plus iris plus ciliary body, and the innermost layer is retina. So this is the most basic anatomy. Drawing it, this layer is sclera. This layer start thinning here and it start thickening here when it go backward like this. Drawing the innermost, the second layer. The second layer is choroid, that includes ciliary body, iris, and same goes on this side, ciliary body and iris, and this is basically the uveal tract. Okay, then talking about the innermost layer, the retina, I am gonna draw retina with this. So this is the inner layer of eye. Okay, so this is up to the basic anatomy of the eye. Talking about only retina, retina is, we will divide it into inner part of retina and outer part. As we all know that it consists of 10 layers, so 5 are on the inner and 5 are on the outer, and I will explain it as forward. So let us just remove the layers and just consider that we have only retina here. Okay, so I will draw the outer retina like this, and inner to it I will draw inner retina, that is basically the neural part. Retina is basically a part of central nervous system, so this is inner retina. We will go into details of the outer retina and inner retina. This is the point where retina terminates, as it starts from here and terminates here. This point is called ora serota and iridocorneal angle. Okay, so up to now we come to know about the basic anatomy of the eye and the two parts of retina. So we will gonna briefly discuss it further. Okay, this is the part where that can be seen from the ophthalmoscope. If you are looking at it through the ophthalmoscope, this is the only area you can see through ophthalmoscope. That is the most inner part of retina, and I will make it here how it looks. It is coming to the concept of, we are going to discuss the ocular fundus in detail. the basic structures we see in the fundoscope are ocular fundoscope. So we know that the basic structures we see are optic disc. First of all, we will make macula lutea, which is the most central part of the fundus. Most central. This is macula lutea. And a little superior to it lies optic disc. This is the part where 20 by 20 vision can be attained, or 6 by 6 vision in other words, like the bestest vision. Inside of it macula, so this is macula, inside of it is fovea, and inside of it is fovea. This point is called fovea, and inside of it most center fovea. Talking about fovea centralis, this is the area which is basically avascular, as no artery or vein pierces avascular, and same as the size of optic disc. What is the size of optic disc? 1.5 mm. So inside of the macula is fovea, that is same the size of optic disc. And the third most is the central depression in macula lutea. Here it comes central retinal artery that comes from ophthalmic artery, and then enter into optic disc like this. This is the superior part, and this is inferior branch. It gives off further branches: superior temporal, superior nasal, inferior temporal, inferior nasal. As we talked previously, that the depression in the macula lutea is called fovea. So talking about fovea, we had three characteristics, that it is avascular, central depression, and same as the size of optic disc, 1.5 mm. Inside of it lies rods and cones. We can explain it like this, that this is macula lutea. So at the point of fovea, it contains more cones in the macula, and there are more rods at the periphery in the ocular fundus, and inside of it is a mixture of rods and cones. So elaborating it, let me just draw first. The center, the most center is full of cones. The periphery of the central area is mix of rods and cones, and the most peripheral part are rods. So you have experienced that at the time of night you can see, but there are no details. That are because of rods. Well, there are three types of cones, that are red, blue, and green, and mixture of them make every color. They want more light for their activation, while the rods contain less light. So simplifying ora serrata, what is ora serrata? This is the part between corneo scleral junction and equator of and this is the part where sensitive or photosensitive part of retina terminates. Why we are saying photosensitive part? Because a part of retina, the RPE layer, continues further. We are going to talk about this further, okay? So up to this, ora serrata is the part where light sensitive part of retina terminates, which is between the equator of eye and corneoscleral junction. If drawing ora serrata, it's something like this. So this is the wavy margins, this is ora serrata, and this is retina. This is the outer retina and inside of it is inner retina. Okay, talking about the termination of photosensitive part of retina, let me explain it why I said that. Basically, the outer layer of retina is RPE, retinal pigment epithelium. Okay, so this is ciliary body, iris. Now let me make it more clear. हो सकता है to it is neural part of retina. So basically this RPE keep progressing here at the interior part of the ciliary body and the interior part of iris. It's like this. So here when we say that the retina terminates here, that is photosensitive part of retina that terminates here at the point of ora serrata, but this RPE still travel and continue to the anterior part of the ciliary body and anterior part of the iris on both sides. Also along with this, a part of neural layer also continues with it like this. Also continues with this till here, but this part of neural layer do not contain rods and cones. That's why it is called as non-photosensitive part of retina that keep on continue at the level of ciliary body and iris, and the photosensitive part terminate at the part of ora serrata that is present between the equator of the eye and iridocorneal junction. So starting with the new concept, as we talked about that retina is a part of central nervous system. Here I am gonna prove that. Basically, at the level of embryology, the neural plate start growing and change into neural fold, and then 2 neural tube. That is basically the part of central nervous system. Shown here, this is proencephalon, mesencephalon, and rhombencephalon. This part grows into like this. This part is called telencephalon, and this part is called diencephalon. This diencephalon start to forming a vesicle. This change into start forming a vesicle, two vesicles on the both side, and then this vesicle is called optic vesicle. This further grow and change into optic cup like this. I will show only on the one side. Okay. This is called optic cup. The outer part of the optic cup is basically RPE, retinal pigment epithelium. RPE. And the inner part of retina is called neural layer. So the inner layer is neural layer, and here this is how retina start. Okay, talking about the blood supply, as we discussed that the part of fovea that is basically inside of macula is avascular part. If it is avascular, how it gets its nutrition? The answer to this question is, let us discuss the blood supply a little, then you can understand that. So making the cup, this was outer retina, inner retina, and as we know that outside of it is choroid, and outside of choroid is sclera. So basically, when the blood supply we get from ophthalmic artery, this ophthalmic artery gives a branch called central retinal artery to the neural part of retina, while another branch from the ophthalmic artery pierces the sclera from the posterior part and travel up to here at the part where ora serrata, and this is the network of short capillaries that are called choriocapillaries. These choriocapillaries do not pierce this RPE, and all the nutrients, glucose, everything go to this layer by the process of diffusion. while this branch of ophthalmic artery directly supply blood to the neural or inner part of the retina. This giving of branch of ophthalmic artery is called short ciliary artery that form choriocapillaries when pierce the sclera, and at the level of choroid it continue and provide nutrition to RPE. So this is how, by the help of choriocapillaries that do not pierce it near it, it provides nutrition by the process of diffusion to fovea, or specifically called macula lutea. So here we will make a short review about the difference between optic disc and macula lutea. Okay. Optic disc, and here we go macula. The first ever difference is the depression in the macula is called fovea centralis, while there is also a depression in the optic disc that is called physiological cup. That is totally normal, but when the IOP of the eye increase, this physiological cupping increase, that cause pushing of eye orbit, pushing of eyeball outward, increasing the pressure inside the eye. So next, this part is abundant in rods and cones, while this do not have vision, so called as blind spot. This is the spot from where the blood supply come and go. Okay, so there is no vision here, the third difference, and here sharpest vision point of sharpest vision 20 by 20 vision due to the presence of rods and cones. And the next one is, it is present at the center of ocular fundus, and it is present a little nasal, looking at the fundus, while a little superior to macula. We will only write this detail when we are talking about with respect to macula. The next one is size. The size of the optic disc is 1.5 mm, while the size of the macula is 5 to 6 mm. But the size of fovea inside of macula is the same as the size of optic disc, but here we are talking about differences, so we won't consider it. Next is, this is the avascular part and is provided nutrition by the help of choriocapillaries, while this is the part where all of the blood supply come and go, so it is not avascular, so it is vascular part. The next and the last difference is macula basically having no definite margins. It is just a yellowish speck. We will just write the difference. No definite margins It is just a yellowish spit at the center of the fundus, having rods and cones, while it has sharp optic disc, like it is a circle that can be seen from the ophthalmoscope, that can be identified as optic disc. So have sharp margins. So up to this, we have all of these differences, 7 differences. The next detail about the retina, the second part of the retina, the second lecture, the detail of the retina will be covered in the next lecture. Till that, Allah Hafiz.